Okay, so for this portion of the Jira Service Management features blog series, we're going to be talking about change and change management within Jira Service Management, what we can do to see some of the risk associated with certain changes that we have planned based on their planned end dates, as well as any ongoing issues or incidents with the affected services that we've raised. And we'll dive into that on the agent view. So first off, we've created this ticket, right, for a couple of affected services that we have a change coming for, an impact, and we have that planned start and planned end date of September 18th, 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. And so this is what this is going to look like from the portal perspective, from the customer perspective, requesting the change. If we click over to the ticket on the agent perspective, we see a lot of that same information. We see those affected services. But most importantly, what we want to focus on here is the risk summary. And this is going to give you a good, high-level overview of the different things going on within the JSM instance that might impact the change that we have scheduled, right? So we have a few conflicts. This is going to be pulling all information from our change calendar, which we'll take a look at in a minute, essentially looking at all of the maybe other changes that are going on, different freeze windows, things along those lines that might impact this change that we have scheduled, as well as any ongoing incidents that might be impacting the services that we're planning to affect, and being able to assess that risk, knowing what those incidents actually are, right? So we'll click into this tab. We'll see a few different changes. Essentially, we have a freeze window here saying do not change anything here, so we might want to reschedule our change. With that information, we have another freeze window. We can assess whether that freeze window is important to the change that we're scheduling. And then we have another change from another ticket actually scheduled during this time as well. So maybe we want to consider these things in terms of when we want to schedule this change. And we can take a quick look at the change calendar, and we can see each of those events directly on the calendar. We see that do not change anything freeze window. We see that other test change that's going to be going in, and we see that other freeze window of the SAP migration. So these are all things that you can take a look at on the change calendar as well, and assess whether or not they will impact the change that you have scheduled. And then lastly, we'll touch on incidents, right? So these are going to be incidents that are affecting your selected affected services. And we can see that there is an ongoing incident with a broken billing and distribution system, which seems to affect the services that we have selected. So we might want to drill into this ticket, see what's going on, and see if that's going to affect our change as well. And so, yeah, that's a really high-level overview of the different risk assessment factors that we can utilize within the change management module of Jira Service Management. And I hope that was helpful.